What's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today I will be reviewing Ghost's Right Here, Right Now concert Blu-ray. So it comes in this standard plastic Blu-ray case with a 4-page insert containing the track list and credits, and the back of the case also has a short essay describing the contents of the disc, as well as a few snippets from various other online reviews. So it's hard to really believe it's been 15 years since the 2011 debut album from Ghost, Opus Eponymous, first hit the scene. Band mastermind Tobias Forge immediately captured the attention with a striking aesthetic that blended the theatrical flair of Kiss and King Diamond with the artful mystique of David Bowie and Alice Cooper. Forge performed clad in papal regalia, his face painted in a skull-like design under the persona of Papa Emeritus, while his bandmates appeared in hooded robes as the enigmatic Nameless Ghouls. They also seamlessly blend 70s hard rock, 80s hair metal, and even Europop into a collection of incredibly catchy hook-driven songs. I've only seen Ghost perform live once when they opened for Iron Maiden back in 2017, and they more than held their own up there on the big stage. While I haven't quite connected with their music enough to really rush out and buy all their albums, I've definitely enjoyed the live TV performances I've seen and all the singles they've released. Forge's vocals were initially what kept me from truly getting into Ghost early on, as they can carry that slightly nasally pitch-corrected quality reminiscent of a lot of the new metal singers at the time. Let's see if this concert video finally takes me to the next level with Forge and the band. So Right Here, Right Now was shot over 2 nights, September 11th and 12th, 2023, at the Kia Forum in Los Angeles, California, and is Ghost's first official concert video release. It was first released to cinemas globally in June of 2024 and later released on DVD and Blu-ray, including 4K Ultra HD in December of 2024. To start, Right Here, Right Now is a hybrid of live concert footage and narrative-style drama interludes. These interludes feature Papa Emeritus 4 and other characters, offering a glimpse into the band's ongoing lore without really overwhelming the main attraction, the concert. Thankfully, the performances themselves remain mostly uninterrupted, with the story elements placed strategically between the songs. The film opens with the Saga Until Now, a stylized sequence that blends fantasy and reality. It not only recaps the band's history, but also includes some engaging behind-the-scenes footage. So after a few minutes, the opening instrumental from Impera begins to swell as the camera lingers on a curtain-draped stage as the light show comes to life. When the next track, Kaiserion, kicks in, the curtain drops, and with it the full force of the music and lighting bursts onto the stage in a genuinely electrifying moment. Both the concert performances and the narrative segments are presented with strikingly cinematic production values, making every damn frame look polished, dynamic, and visually stunning. Rats was a propulsive early set highlight that really shows off the band's instrumental prowess as they tear it up behind the killer main guitar solo. I still can't quite get that ridiculously catchy chorus out of my head and find myself spontaneously bursting into "Rats! Oh, as my poor wife looks at me like I've gone mad. The performance of the Grammy Award-winning Cerise was pretty damn epic too, and after the catchy Call Me Little Sunshine a few songs later, I had to take a short break to go learn that song's killer main guitar riff. So the setlist delivers an impressive mix of hits and fan favorites, spanning Ghost's entire catalog while focusing on their excellent new album at the time, Impera. You'd be hard-pressed to really find a more varied or well-balanced selections of songs than you have here. The first half hits with full force, packed with heavy metal standouts like Rats, Faith, Con Clavi, Con Dio, and Cerise, while still weaving in catchy melodic moments with tracks like Spillways, Ritual, and Call Me Little Sunshine. In the second half, the theatrical elements truly take center stage, though. The production ramps up with some skeleton costume dancers joining the band for songs like 20s and Dance Macabre, adding a visually striking layer to the performance. A standout moment comes with Papa Nihil is resurrected to deliver the iconic saxophone solo during Miasma, bringing both drama and excitement to an already electrifying show. And as intense and chaotic as many of these songs are, the band thoughtfully weaves in a few stunning sing-along ballads like If You Have Ghosts and He Is, of course, that completely shift the atmosphere. Forge's charismatic stage presence and connection with the audience is really second to none here, and his live vocals sounded damn near perfect to me. If everything was truly live, then I am truly impressed. The production quality of this Blu-ray concert is a bit of a mixed bag. For one, the only audio option is a Dolby True HD 5.1 track, which feels pretty limited. You really have to crank up the volume to get it sounding good, and even then the mix leaves a lot to be desired. The guitars feel a little buried, the low end lacks some punch aside from the kick drum, and the overall dynamic range just isn't very impressive for an HD audio. That said, the video quality is absolutely stunning. As I've already mentioned, it was shot in 4K for a theatrical release, and it definitely shows. The presentation is incredibly cinematic, and it definitely feels more like you're watching a movie than actually being down in the crowd at a concert. The camera work, however, is pretty frantic with some rapid cuts that rarely linger for more than a few seconds, but the variety and quality of the camera angles are superb. It would have been nice to have a concert-only viewing option alongside the main feature, but considering the film runs close to 2.5 hours, not including the bonus features, there likely just wasn't enough space on the disc anyways. Normally, I'm not a huge fan of mixing documentary or backstage footage into concert videos, but in this case, it really works. For this band, it feels especially appropriate, and honestly, I enjoyed every second of it. There are also extensive bonus features, including an exclusive Q&A with Tobias Forge, Alex Ross Perry, and Jim Parsons, and an animated music video for The Future is a Foreign Land, and 28 indexed webisodes, which further reveal the band's history and lore. Also, a quick heads up in case anyone else ever runs into this. On both Blu-ray copies I ordered from Amazon, the audio and video were slightly out of sync for the entire film by about 240 milliseconds. I was able to fix it using the sync delay settings on my receiver, so it's not a deal breaker, but definitely something to be aware of. It could just be an issue between my AVR and TV, but it is a little strange since none of my other hundreds of concert Blu-rays have this issue. That said, I have seen a few people mention similar sync problems in the comments on Ghost's Facebook page, so it might not just be an isolated case with me. The track list shown here features 25 song performances interwoven with dramatic segments and closing credits, and the total runtime is 2 hours and 19 minutes to be exact. As for my ratings of this concert Blu-ray, my overall production rating is a 7 out of 10. And my overall performance rating is a 9 out of 10. So Right Here, Right Now captures Ghost at the peak of their powers, and it completely elevated my appreciation for this band. I wouldn't hesitate a second to see them play live again if they return to my area. Though after this, getting tickets might be a whole lot tougher. All right, that's it for me today. Let me know your thoughts on Ghost Right Here, Right Now in the comments. And please don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Thanks, and catch you next time.